So this is the first anecdote that we are at, wherein Wu Daozi, a painter, has been commissioned by a certain emperor Zhuangzong of Tang region to decorate a wall of the palace. So having completed his work, the painter asks Zhuangzong to admire his painting, admire his work of art. So having admired the work of art, the painter, that is Wu Daozi, tells, "Look, sire, in this cave at the foot of the mountain dwells a spirit." He is describing the painting to the emperor. The painter clapped his hands, and the entrance to the cave opened. See, this is all abstract. Nothing real. The painter clapped his hands and the entrance to the cave opened. The inside is splendid beyond anything words can convey. Please let me show your majesty the way. The painter entered the cave and the entrance closed behind him. And before the astonished emperor could say a word, the painting disappeared. Not a trace of Wu Daozi's brush was left, and the artist was never seen again in this world. Now this is a legend, this is a story, may not be true. However, again, the main point is that of involvement of the admirer. To what extent is a painter is an artist able to involve his or her admirers in his or her art? And this particular anecdote illustrates absolute involvement, both physical and mental / spiritual involvement. So this is what Chinese painting is all about. It's about the painter who wants an active involvement of his admirer. Now the next anecdote is about a blacksmith called Quentin Metzes, and the setting is of course Europe, Antwerp. He falls in love with a painter's daughter. The father would not accept a son-in-law in such a profession. So Quentin one day sneaked into the painter's studio and painted a fly on his latest panel with such delicate realism that the master tried to swat it away before he realized what had happened. Quentin was immediately admitted as an apprentice into the studio. He married his beloved and went on to become one of the most famous painters of his age. Now, this particular incident or story tries to highlight the effort of the artist to recreate life as it exists or as he sees. So real did the fly appear that the master, that the painter wanted to swat it. Now the painting had given an illusion of reality. So this is what illusionistic realism is. And these two stories actually make an effort to illustrate what each form of art, one Chinese and the other European, want to achieve. So, and the last particular sentence, a perfect illusionistic likeness in Europe and the essence of inner life and spirit in Asia. This is very important from examination point of view. This last sentence sums up everything. On one hand, we have physical, spiritual involvement, the essence of inner life, and on the other hand, you have the extreme effort of creating reality as it exists, reproducing reality as it exists in the outside world. And when you recreate reality or nature as it exists, you give an illusion of the thing, of the art being real. So it is realistic, it is illusionistic realism. So and so what the fact remains that the Chinese painting, we must understand here, the stress is on the Chinese painting, that it is based on Taoism, which is a philosophy which means a way, or which actually shows the way within, within the mystery of the universe surrounding us. Now let's move further. It says, in the Chinese story, this is the text that I'm reading, the emperor commissions a painting and appreciates its outer appearance. I believe you would understand all this. But actually it is the artist who reveals to him the true meaning of his work. The king represents, or is suggestive of, the materialism here. And the artist, on the other hand, and the work that he has produced is suggestive of the spiritual, the abstract world. It is actually an effort on the part of the Chinese painter to give a concrete shape to an abstract form. An effort to give a concrete shape to an art form.